This is a special time for y'all, and there's a lot of emotion going on, but we still have to lock in a little bit logically and just see it through to the...
It was okay. Welcome back, guys, to Real Talk Real Estate. My name's Scott Warner with the Capstone team, brokered by Coldwell Banker Ingle Safari.
And I'm his co-pilot, Donovan Johnson, also with Coldwell Banker Ingle Safari. And we're going to be talking about buyers' most anticipated day, the reason why you even write an offer, go visit a house. And what is that, Scott?
Move-in day? No, I'm just kidding. Closing day. Closing day.
Which in people's head looks like a smile, a handshake, and probably a photo holding a cutout.
No, but it's really in the conference room with a lot of paperwork, with different people. You're going to be seeing more than just one person that day. It's not just going to be your beautiful agent. Sometimes you're going to see the buyer, seller, whoever you are. There's a lot of people involved with this.
Yeah, buyers spend so long prepping for a day and don't really know what to anticipate as it comes up.
Yeah, and like today, we're going to be talking about what that closing day means for you, what it really looks like, because you might have something set in your mind what it looks like, but Donovan, it's completely different.
Yeah, and man, it's just like with anything, when there's a beginning and endings are kind of funny because they mirror each other, you know?
Like you said, there's a finish line. We're at the finish line. So let's tell them how this thing might look. Most buyers treat like the closing as a finish line.
Yeah, and everything before it feels like a constant strain and a push.
And then, hey, at the end of this, I'm supposed to have a reward.
And here's the thing, though. It is an award, you know. You do get your keys, but there's going to be an hour to two of signing.
Yeah, that everybody's supposed to, like, buyers show up feeling like the celebratory thing's going to happen, pomp and circumstances going to be ringing in their ears, and it's not.
It does feel good, though, you know, eventually. It's just that we got to do... The system just has to be the system, you know?
We got to do that paperwork. You know, in a digital age that we're supposed to get away from all this paper. No, when you get to a closing table, there's a stack this big of paperwork, especially if it's finance. Dude, the cash ones are like that thick.
In 5 minutes.
Finance, that thick. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork. If you're an environmentalist, you may want to look away at the closing table.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. It's sometimes paperwork that you haven't seen before. You haven't noticed these things. The language looks off. Everything just looks a little suspicious. Like, wait, I haven't seen this. I haven't been explained this. Now it's time to explain.
Right, and then they run into the buyer. I'm saying your client, runs into somebody, the lawyer, who's going to break down every page and just explain everything. Yeah,
I mean, and once again, you're thinking that this is a 5-minute deal, and it turns into a 30-minute charade of paperwork, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's daunting. It might be a little bit scary, but once again, you trusted us through this process of getting you here to the closing table. Now it's time to get the reward done.
And what's cool about it is that you've paid for all this essentially already. So they're just helping you bridge that final gap. Like the lawyer, there's title insurance involved with this. They're making sure that your reward is a clean gift, something that you can actually enjoy and call your own.
Yeah, which sounds simple until you see what the documents actually require. Once again, it's not, you've trusted us this far. This is the last little push.
Yes, there's going to be, for instance, Scott talked about financing, meaning a loan and a mortgage. There could be loan documents. There's definitely going to be some title documents between whether it's your county slash parish or just your lawyer doing this job to ensure. And there's also disclosures. For instance, we had somebody have to sign a gift disclosure, meaning that they received some money from a blood family member to help them closing the loan.
Yeah, I mean, sellers sign their side of the transfer and they're done usually. They don't have to wait around. Sometimes title companies now have buyers go at a certain time, sellers to go at a certain time. So y'all sometimes don't even see each other.
Right.
Because sellers, they just sign their paperwork that they're signing their house away. Buyers have the loan and everything else behind it.
Right. And in the background, let's say if you're a seller, the reason why you can sometimes go in there and sign early is because once you sign away your rights to your home, your ownership, like your deed and all that, all you need is your money. So then they usually wire it or give you a check. And then you'll have people like the mortgage lenders funding the loan, making sure it's all set up for you. And then you'll also have, like I said, there's going to be potentially some title things as well.
I mean, think about it like an airport. You have all these people landing in at one time. And sometimes it might get like if you have a buyer that is like gets a little bit nervous, it seems like too much stuff is going on. Like their lenses are this wide open and they just need to, hey, let me laser focus you just a little bit. We're going to get everything done properly.
Yeah, and man, I've had some closings run long just because we were waiting on something to get funded.
Yeah.
And there's some places you close at and they don't need to wait on the funding. It just depends on how the system's set up where they're at.
I mean, like you said, sometimes the funding takes a little bit of a second. Sometimes it's a piece of paperwork that needs corrections. If you have those people that are sketchy and they have a correction on that paperwork, like during closing, oh, they're going to flip out real hard. And sometimes it like just crashes the closing. And then sometimes like somebody's ID, like you have to bring your ID with you. Sometimes they don't bring their ID because they were like, well, wait, we don't need this. But you do. You need your ID. Always have it with you. I don't know how people drive without their ID, but hey, I'm not a cop. I'm a real estate agent.
And none of these things are disasters. Things always come up. Things have been coming up this whole process, not just at the closing table. Probably during your inspection period, some things popped up that you had to negotiate and fix. The good thing about this title is that everything is for you and you're not really negotiating for the benefit of yourself. Everybody is working in your favor on your team, just wanting to make sure all the I's and T's are dotted. Like I've seen people not sign their name exactly how it says on the signature. And that's a big one that we may have to redraw up certain documents because if this isn't right, then they'll just kick out the whole file.
Yeah. And like you said, a name, sometimes it's something as simple as that. But if your buyer's worried, that's it. That little itty bitty small fraction seems like a 4-car pileup to them. It just does not work out well, and that's the thing. Finally, when we get to that moment, it's that I think that surprises people the most. Like, hey, we're finally here. We're finally signing on this.
Man, Scott, you know something? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know something that I don't do it as
feels good.
Go ahead. What feels good?
The keys in your hand.
I was gonna talk about accidentally forgetting to bring the keys to the closing.
Okay, that does happen sometimes. And what do you do at that point? It's like, oh gosh, like if the seller agent forgets to bring the keys.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, normally what I tell my seller agents with the keys, just leave the keys in the house. Bring me the one key that you had in your lockbox because you're picking up your lockbox anyway as an agent, picking up the sign, picking up the lockbox, and you just bring the one key. the garage remotes, all those things. I remember back when I first started, everybody would bring up the garage remotes, the keys, the everything, and just plop it down on the table. Or sometimes I had it in a Ziploc bag, but that Ziploc bag was tight. It was like feeling that stretch. But that's the thing. Sometimes it's as simple as one key, but sometimes it's a bag of keys. But once again, that's your keys to your new kingdom.
Yeah. And sometimes when you get the keys to the kingdom, you can't operate it yet. You know, David got blessed as a boy, and that boy was running for a long time. You know, a lot of those Psalms. I mean, even his own son was trying to kill him on top of Saul. So I said all that to say, young Davids, that you may need to wait for whether it's the funding to clear, depending on, usually people are out by the time of closing, but depending on how a contract's written, you may give them 24 hours to vacate. There's so many little things that may, I don't want to say give it a hiccup, but make you slightly pause.
Yeah, and sometimes the occasional window does happen where there is a window of you signed but there might be a few, like that 24-hour period that you're allowing them to vacate, then that you can move in. But once again, these are all terms that you know of before we're here at signing day. These are terms that we have already talked about. These are terms that we have already agreed about. Nothing went wrong. The finish line sometimes gets pushed, but we know about these things. So once again, trust your agent. You've trusted them this far. Now it's time to get them all the way to the ending line.
Absolutely, man. And I want to just say this as agent, something that I used to not do, but that I do every time now is you got to reread the HUD even at the table.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times they send out the CD, the closing disclosure, and if it looks good, you're just like, cool, whatever. But I've actually seen it, something posted, and I've actually caught something before. And nothing against the title people. We're just, everybody makes mistakes. Details get lost. Like, for instance, if I have a buyer, there's a strong chance I wrote in a home warranty in the contract, but a home warranty for the seller to buy.
Yep.
Sometimes it'll get missed and not on the title document. So now it doesn't show paid from the home warranty company side.
Yep.
But hey, it's easily fixed if you can catch it.
Well, once again, if you are ahead of the game, like Donovan and I like to be as agents, your agent's looking at all this paperwork for you, blesses it, gives it a little, sign of the cross on it, and hands it over to you to review as well, because we're human, we can make mistakes. And truthfully, the last part of this that we're getting into is the buyers that have the smoothest closings usually are the ones that know what they're expecting. And what expectation happens is what's going on.
Yeah. And you got to know your client. It's my kind of theory is that usually one of the people in the couple is very like kind of type A and very info driven. And some of them are kind of like shoulder shrug, like you tell me what to do, boss.
Yep.
So you got to find a mix. Sometimes couples are both. It just depends. So getting in front of every situation is always going to be more beneficial than reacting. Because if you show them that like, oh, no, this isn't new. Look, we can just, it's this, it's that. They're going to be like, man, this cat really does care and saw us through all the way.
Yeah. I mean, clear your schedule afterwards. Don't book anything right after. Maybe once you're done, book a lunch. Hey, we got a new house. We're feeling good. But like we said, Donovan, what did we say that you have to have?
Oh my goodness. 1, ID. Don't be lying about your weight. I'm playing. They don't ask you about if you was lying about that.
They might. How much do you weigh?
Imagine they had a BMI scanner. And anyway,
no.
For like 5% off.
You can't close this deal. Sorry, you lied.
But, all right. ID. 2, not a regular check. Do not bring your checkbook. I've had people bring a regular check. It has to be secured, verified. So either a cashier's check, maybe a money order, Or wire. I really like when people wire. I love a good wire.
You love a good wire?
I love a good wire.
I don't mind the cashier's check. You know, I like to see I like to hold
It
something
does feel
tangible.
good.
A wire is like, wait, it's there, but where did it go? Where did it go? I mean, like Donovan said, read the closing document. You got to read through it. Your agent's already read through it, already gone to title, say, hey, these are the issues that I see. Read through it, finalize it, make sure that it's right.
Right. It's if you hear closing disclosure, think of summary guide. It's going to just break down everything. I don't know about other states, but Louisiana is pretty much a full disclosure state. So everything, there's really no cutting corners. And we actually just passed a new law with the wholesaling that's even more disclosure, that you have to be very upfront about everything. So
yeah. And look, give yourself permission to take a little bit of time, take a little bit longer. You don't have to rush in there, complete everything and say, I'm done, I'm good. It's not a race. We're at the finish line. You've won the race. Here we go. We can take our time and finish up.
Because here's the thing. This is a special time for y'all, and there's a lot of emotion going on, but we still have to lock in a little bit logically and just see it through to the end.
Yeah, nothing's broken. That's just that's how it works. I mean, closing day is a great day. It is.
Oh, it's awesome. Even if it runs long, even if it messes up you getting your haircut or your lunch date, nothing beats seeing it through to the end.
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, seeing it through to the end. Finally, somebody hands those keys to you. It's not, man, the inspection that we did 2 weeks ago, or this, where we haven't been able to play in it's giving the keys now to you.
And again, that part will never get old, and I look forward to them many more. And the coolest thing is taking somebody that didn't think they could do it and guiding them to the end. So
that's a huge thing. I really think that's what makes it, that picture at the end once they have their keys, that's really what makes our job fulfilled. Hey guys, thank you for listening to Real Talk Real Estate. I'm Scott Werner.
Donovan Johnson. Please like, subscribe, support. We're going to be better about posting the full episodes, yada, yada, yada. Until next time, all love at the bottom. Game point.